Hi again, it's Sheena Jadon, and we are continuing part 2 of diversity and inclusion. So, what is this challenge that I was speaking to you about in part 1? Well, the power of a concept lies not within the concept itself, but within actioning that concept. So I am calling you to action on diversity and inclusion. How are we going to do this? Well, I'm challenging you to sit at a table with somebody who does not mirror who you are. So somebody who is different from you, whether it be different age, different race, different gender, that doesn't have the same view as you have. Think of it this way. If you look at a packet of licorice all sorts, what is it that makes licorice licorice? Well, in the packet you have squares, you have tubes, you have circular pieces. They all have different shapes, different colors. But the thing that makes licorice licorice is actually the piece of licorice inside. So I'm challenging you to sit at a table with somebody different from you, but not to just speak about the differences that you have with each other, but to sit long enough and find the similarities, to find the licorice in the other person, in this packet of licorice all sorts. I know for some of you, the idea of sitting and speaking to somebody you might not know well, or somebody that's different to you, might be a little bit daunting. Well, it sends the introvert in me running and screaming as well. But if we don't take the time to listen and give another person an opportunity to reveal who they truly are, then we'll never really get to know somebody else. We'll never really get to know what they bring to the table. See, I believe that every single person is destined to meet different people in their lives. And these different people carry a key to unlock something inside you. Or they carry a spark to set a fire that may burn an oxygen and set a fire to something that is so much greater than what we are. But it is until we are vulnerable enough and give time enough to find these people, to give time that we may get access to the key, get access to the spark, we will never be able to set those flames alight. We will never be able to unlock doors within ourselves that will be left dusty and dark if we don't get the key that somebody else holds. And as much as that applies to us, I believe it applies to other people as well, that we hold a key to somebody else's door that is yet to be unlocked, that we hold a spark to somebody else's fire that is yet to be lit. And this all happens within these conversations, giving an ear for a long enough time to find the licorice in somebody else, to be vulnerable enough to share our licorice with somebody else. And together we form a diverse packet of not only licorice, but of people that are able to do great things because we have something that unites us, that is deeper than anything on a surface level. So who do we sit at the table with? A classmate, somebody in your community, somebody maybe even your family that you do not know as well yet. But I won't ask you to sit at the table and let it be awkward without having anything to ask specifically. But I do say this: let the experience flow. I will give you some questions to start off with, but I do encourage you to be vulnerable, to share, and also allow the other person to share. Feel the moment and just speak your heart and let the process flow. So here are questions that you can use to set the challenge in motion. So the first question may be is, what is a significant memory that they may have in their upbringing that they've drawn confidence or lessons from that they carry out today? A second question may be, what were their circumstances growing up? Challenges that they had to face, or things that helped them growing up to be the person that they are today? A third question is, how did your upbringing influence your life? Influence your view on things today? A fourth question may be, what is a lesson that they learned at a young age that they are still applying today? And the last question is, how diverse is your circle? Those are the questions. Now remember, keep an open heart, keep an open perspective, and allow the process to flow. If you have questions of your own that you think about through the process, go ahead and ask them and allow them time to speak as well. As much as we are speaking, it's not an interrogation. So be open to what they're saying and be open to share as well. A conversation involves two people, not just one asking questions. So have fun and enjoy it. Enjoy gaining some new perspective and learning to get to know somebody a little bit better. This is Sheena Jadon, and I'm closing off part 2. Enjoy the challenge, and I'll see you back in part 3.